New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You're tuned into the DJ Energetic Show.
We are.
Hey, you will feel like your father. Hey, say thank all of you. Thank all of you for making me work hard.
Hey. Tune in to the DJ Energetic Show featuring M City Jr.
Shout out to everybody right now listening to us. But listen to everybody out there, man. Much love to everybody listening to us. Shout out to everybody, too, inside the tri-state area. We love y'all. And we're going to be moving next week to FM. Okay?
Ooh, big
So
move.
shout out to everybody. We love y'all in AM, but we got to be moving over to FM. If you're a rapper and you're nice and you get seen and everyone starts hearing your mixtapes, this is back in our day, hearing your mixtapes, your whole town, I'm from a town, Farmingville, Ronkonkoma, Holbrook, Holtzville, and Centereach got behind me when I was younger. Nowadays, I don't have nobody next to me. I went and shot a video, right? We shot a video, shout out to Sector, right? People call me up. I don't know if this happened with you yet. People call me up and was like, yo, Energetic, I want to be back in the video, man. You hot. But I'm like, where the heck have you been almost like 4 or 5 years? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, y'all were there when the deal was there. Y'all were there when the money was there. But when I needed you guys the most, where were y'all?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. So it's like a couple of things that I've learned throughout the industry. Number one is everybody can't go. You know, everybody can't go. And if they could go, then they would be there. You know, if they could get there, then they would be there. And I had to learn that the hard way. People also, they don't want what you give them. They want what you have. Like, you know, people aren't necessarily satisfied with what you consider is okay for them to have. They want the ability to be able to give to you or give to themselves the same way that you're able to give to them. So it's not like giving people something or, you know, opportunities or money, clothes, cars, jewelry. That really does not satisfy the appetite of envy. You know, that doesn't satisfy the appetite of envy when they want the ability to control the shots too. So I had to learn it the hard way as well, bro.
You know what's really sickening? What's really sickening is that you got such a good heart, right? Mm-hmm. And you basically understood how it was to make it. Even in my picture, right?
Yeah.
I learned, instead of me going to the club, hanging out with 100 females, I was inside the studio working.
Yeah.
You understand? I was going into parties, shaking hands, getting numbers, getting contacts. I wasn't sitting there popping bottles, trying to be someone that I wasn't, because honest to God, bro, I wasn't nobody.
Yeah.
And even if I became known, like now, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. DJ Worldwide, right? I still don't give it. I still look at myself as a nobody. Reason why I look at myself as a nobody is because I always on my toes. The next man at any time, at any place, or anybody that watches you, and this is another thing too, right? I do not like the people that study people. Unless it's your team helping you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve Kahn. Steve Kahn, you already know, Joint Beats. I got to give him love because Steve has always worked as hard as he can for this team, and we want to be up there. Shout out to my wife, Althea, Mrs. Dublos, a.k.a. Mrs. Rivera, a.k.a. she wants to kill me half of the time, but, you know, I'm still here for my mama. But and Charles Hamilton, I got to give him shout outs because he's the first dude that put me, you know what I'm saying, on it, and Keith too as well. But, and the late, great Greg Fisher, I love you, man. I miss you. Passed away, you know what I'm saying? And that was one of my best managers I ever had. So big shout out to him, my pops. But this ain't a shout out to all I gotta say to everybody listening, man, it's like it scares me when people are too nice to you. And it's not like, oh yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it's a nerve-wracking thing because the worst people around are the people that study you. The best people all around is the ones that grow with you. You know what I'm saying, Em? People that study you will destroy what you do. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you have to embrace the people that are trying to grow with you. If this person puts you in a comment, shows you love, and pushes you, that's your man's. If he goes and takes what you do, then jumps in it without hollering at you or any which thing, and when it's your connect, then that's an issue. That's a weirdo. That's what we call weirdo-ness, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So give us some of your experiences with the weirdo-ness.
So like, I want to, they have this expression of, with friends like this, who needs enemies, right? And I've had my whole entire company, record label, really just go in a direction that was opposing me. And again, sometimes you don't even have any answers, bro. Like sometimes there's no answer. There's no like clarity. There's no closure to even why these people are doing this to you or acting this way. And honestly, it might just it could be envy, it could be jealousy, it could be, the fact that, they just don't know how to handle the situation. But my entire label has crumbled right up under my feet, I've had engineers that have literally like packed up the entire studio while I wasn't there, and I've had partners in buildings and companies that have literally gotten their friends to come and rob the studio and take all of our studio equipment. And these are partners, when I built like a fortress and there's like literally no way for you to break in or break out. The only way for that to happen was for you to have inside access. And then you wake up one day, you go to the studio and the studio's been broken into, and only a way that somebody who has inside knowledge would know. And you look up and the only thing stolen is the studio equipment. They didn't take any, any other valuables or, so man, listen, you have to be self-reliant and like resilient with yourself. Yeah, the people who want to be there are going to be there. And it's up to you to have the discernment of who's there to like eat off the land and who's there to help you till the land. You have to have discernment on like who's here to help you versus who's here to just take from you. And that's just something that you got to learn within yourself throughout the journey and the time, So, I mean, shout out to our listeners. I know that they could probably relate to a lot of that too.
But the weird thing is, right? Like, I want to say this though. You'll never know who's going to be the one that's going to be cut. See, the thing is, when you're first in this game and you know this, and to everybody listening right now, I might get a little bit crazy right now, but I'm going to say what it really is. I get sick of three things. A, no growth. 2, copying. 3, hating. Okay? I guess no growth goes from you're in the same club, you're on the same station, you're in the same place, you're in the same area, you're doing the same exact thing. You know how annoying that is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not for me. I'm just saying how annoying that is when you're telling your boys, yo, bro, you were in that club like 3 years ago. Yo, bro, you were here 3. Where's the growth? So now you're cutting yourself through the growth. Like rappers, for instance, when they shout out one area, I look at it and I go, oh, man, I'm buzzing over here. I'm like, bro, that's not going to do nothing for you.
Well, hear me out, though, energetic. Hear me out.
You need a universal record, though.
everybody's goal isn't that though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's goal is not universal. So I have to admit to myself that I didn't have a universal mindset my entire life or my entire career. Like
Okay.
there wasn't. I can tell you in the extremely early stages, but I'm just talking about just honing my craft in my, early teens and early 20s. I didn't have a global mindset. I was trying to take over the country. I was just trying to get, I was just trying to get the country together. But before I got the country together, I remember maybe high school, and I was just trying to take over the city. like,
But that's different
it.
though. You got to understand what I'm trying to say though. That's different.
Well,
I'm
no,
talking
it's
about
not necessarily because that's just me as a person. If my goals ended at the city, then I would have achieved every goal that I needed to do. If my goal was to be the hottest in my city, then I accomplished it. I was successful. But that's just my level of success, and that's in it's perspective. What I consider successful is not necessarily what someone else considers successful. There are people who are only here. Let me give it to you like this. I'll give you a
go
great
ahead.
example.
I'm very interested. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to give you a great example. Slim Thug. Slim Thug is
Mm.
multimillionaire, um, very renowned in his career, very notable, and at the end of the day, he's kind of only famous in Texas. I've never went to a Slim Thug show. I've never seen Slim Thug
But Texas,
perform in the
okay.
Midwest. I've never done that, and he's considered successful.
But
He
Texas,
doesn't have to travel across the whole country or across the whole world. His goal was met. I think I remember him saying like he's bought like 13 Rolls Royces since his career. Come on now, like he owns several properties, owns several businesses. At the end of the day, that's a rapper who only who took over his region, like you were saying. Only a
yeah. But my
certain
thing
area.
is, right? You're not gonna go platinum in New York. I don't care what anybody says. Just New York, Texas. You can go straight up platinum in gold. Texas is like its own. You know what I'm saying? Is so huge that you could just go straight up platinum or gold. And there's so many artists in Texas that are freaking gold that you don't even know about. You
Okay,
know what I'm
but did you
saying?
just say you can't go platinum in New York by itself? That's insane.
New
Of course you can.
no, New York. I
Dude,
I
New York
listen.
is the biggest market. Is one of the biggest markets in the whole country.
Listen to me. I seen this when it comes to artists in New York. Most of the time, the consumer in New York, I haven't seen anybody going platinum in New York
50
in so
Cent.
many years.
Didn't 50 Cent go platinum out of New York?
That's different. I'm talking about this generation.
I mean, I don't. So I'm gonna have
Like
to.
platinum out of New York.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
back in the
listen. I'm gonna
early
have to
days.
bring you some
Yeah.
pushback though, bro. You're talking about a time where people were going platinum out in the first week. That now you're lucky to go 50,000. It's not even the same time.
I'm
Yeah,
liking this debate.
people were expecting to do 250,000 sales first week, 500,000 sales first week, 1 million sales first week. Dude, the top artists right now are doing 50,000 first week. It's just a different time.
Addicted to my ex.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, right?
So all I'm saying is, right, Texas has one of the best markets when it comes into selling.
I agree.
Now,
California is the same way though.
I was about to get to California. I wasn't,
Yeah, it's a
but
couple states that you can. It's definitely a couple states that
do
you
you think
can.
Atlanta's one state too that you can get it?
I
That
mean, well,
you can get in?
Atlanta is just a city inside of Georgia, and no, I wouldn't say Georgia is one of them. Texas,
What about
yes.
Chicago?
These are all cities. We're talking about states, bro.
Okay, so what about Georgia
Texas,
and
the state.
Illinois?
No, I wouldn't say so. I would say Texas. I
Hmm.
would say California, and I honestly would even say like Ohio. something like that, like Ohio.
Ohio. What about Miami?
No,
Florida.
that's just the city.
I'm
That's
saying
one
just
city out
Florida.
of a whole state.
I'm saying Florida.
No, I don't think Florida has enough key
Key pushes, right?
cities. So you're thinking, like, right? Why can Texas do that? Texas can do that because they have Austin, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. These are huge in like markets that they're able to attack that are in a very large scale. California, San Diego, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Orange County. You see what I'm saying? Like
The
they
Bay
have so
Area. Yeah.
many of of these things that are right here and available for them. Ohio has Toledo, Cleveland, Dayton, Columbus, Cincinnati. These are huge markets. So yeah, when I just look
What
at
does New York have? Like we only have New
New
York
York.
City.
What do you mean? Dude, New York has five cities in one. What do you mean?
All right, I'm gonna say, and
What
then
does New
Long
York
Island
have? New
too.
York has Queens, Harlem, Staten Island.
Long
Like you guys have
Island,
so much.
Nassau, Suffolk
Bronx. You guys
County.
have the Bronx. I was like New York is its own thing. Like New York is its own entire ecosystem. That's why when you said like you can't go platinum out of New York, I'm like, geez, what do you mean? Pretty
I'm
much
confused.
everybody did.
All right,
Everybody that came from New York kind of went platinum out of New
I'm
York.
confused at one thing though, right? Okay, now we're getting into New York. Why hasn't Sexy Drill blow up? I'm gonna be real with
You're
you.
crazy.
If you say everything blew up
What is
in New
wrong with
York,
you, man? Why would you?
why didn't Sexy Drill blow up?
Why would you ask me that question live on the radio? What is wrong
Because
with
it's
you?
real. It's real.
Okay, so listen, sexy drill.
Listen,
First
ladies
of
and
all,
gentlemen, we're having a debate, right? So my debate is
first of all, I was only
look at him,
introduced.
look at him, look at him.
I was
Can't
only
say-
introduced to sexy drill by you.
Isn't that
I've
crazy though?
I've never experienced sexy drill outside of
New
you.
York.
Outside of you introducing it to me.
Now my question, hold up. My question is this, right? Now we're gonna get to something real quick because you say New York, right? Have you ever heard it in Ohio? Have you ever heard it in Texas?
No,
Have
I've
you
never
ever
heard it anywhere.
So you
Here,
travel
not
too.
only have I not heard it anywhere, I don't want to hear it anywhere. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to hear that. I hate.
But that's what I
actually
keep
do not
telling.
like
But now, do you understand all the New York listeners that are listening right now? And all of y'all keep saying that everything is blowing up and these certain things are trends. They're only hot in one area. That's
Yeah,
my point.
I personally don't want to hear sexy drill at all.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I got yelled at in the podcast. Said it here. I said I don't think anything's sexy when people dying from it. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there listening. But we get to the next one because that was a good one. You're right. I'm gonna be quiet. I think he beat me in that debate, ladies and gentlemen, saying New York. I know everybody was writing in the comments saying
I'm
what is
just saying.
energetic saying right now. But okay, so next one. Hate.
Hmm.
Where is your intake in the game? Why is there so much hate?
Hating don't make you no money.
But my question to everybody is, not everyone, to you. Why is hate so relevant in this industry? Like it's just in every door. Why is that? Why can't people embrace each other's talent?
I think number one, it's easy to do,
Okay.
and number two, I think that for a lot of people, it just may. And I feel like I'm gonna kind of like go too deep with this, and I really don't want to with our listeners because this isn't like a therapy session. But I feel like many people find it easier to big themselves up by putting people down. I feel like us as a culture and as a society have a thing with responding to negativity. For instance, I can be on Instagram and let's just say an Instagram baddie, right? She has literally 1,000 comments saying, "Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so amazing." You can be that one comment that's like, "Yo, your forehead's too big and your toenails are tipping." she's gonna respond to you. She didn't respond to 1,000 comments, but that one comment that's like, yeah, but that pimple on your face, you should probably take care of that. She's gonna
So
respond. And I think it's just a cultural thing of
okay.
responding to negativity. I
Do
think
you
that's just I think responding to negativity is some like people have found it just easy to do. You know, it's easy energy. You
do
know how
you
they
feel
say like
like
free kill? It's just like free energy.
do you feel like it's just more of the competition that made people hate? Like,
No,
cause music to me is so much of a competition. So a lot of
no,
times people can get a mistake with hate.
no, I don't actually. I
But
think
it's
that music is a competition for artists, not for
yeah.
listeners and not for consumers. They don't give a dang on flabbit about a competition. They want
Nah,
good
be real.
music.
Be real. They just don't give a.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They don't care. They like good music. So I think, you know, music is only a competition between artists, and I think competition is a very low vibrating activity. I think at the highest level of talent, people are collaborating. They're not they're not competing. It's
No,
not so much.
absolutely. Like when you put the pros in a room, right? The
Mhm.
real pros in the room. We're
Yeah,
not gonna be sitting there and worry about, oh, this man is hot here, this man is great here.
yeah.
We're
Let's do
here
a
to do
record.
a job.
Let's do a record, right?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. We're here to do a job.
Yeah, so I feel like at the top of the food chain, they're collaborating. They're not competing. I feel like competition only exists when one or more parties are insecure about what they bring to the
So like an
table.
ego, like basically their ego.
Yeah, I like you
Uh,
can't put me in a room and I feel like I have to compete with someone I don't compare to. If I am who I am and I bring to the table what I bring and I do what I do, I'm really not. I can't compete with him. Like I'm me. I. He can't do what I do.
I feel like hating is corny.
I mean, hating don't make you no money.
Hating don't make you no money, but I feel like it's corny because I feel like you said, like when the elites are in the like real elites,
Hating don't
when,
get you no kitty cat either.
sometimes it does.
No, I've never seen hating ever get anybody no kitty cat. That's crazy.
I was gonna say something, but I don't think I can say it
It
out
probably was
here.
true, but hating don't make you no money. That's the that you know that hating don't make you a threat.
It ruins careers.
Hating don't make you a threat. Hating won't get you a check. You know, hating won't even sweeten up the smell of your breath. You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing that hate can really do besides fuel more hate.
Yeah.
I think love wins. You know, love conquers all.
Now, my favorite one, loyalty.
Um, I think I need to have another French fry with that.
So here we go. We have been in the game where we call these people crew hoppers.
Hmm?
We have been in the game where we call certain people crew hoppers.
Mm-hmm.
So if a crew hopper, you don't know what a crew hopper is. Okay. They're in the same category as someone to study you. And what that means is they're your best friend until they got enough information.
Mm-hmm.
And after they have that information, they go on their way. And this is where the hating gets into play.
Yeah.
They start telling people things about you to cross you, to knock you down.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you like the thing is, the worst thing to do to somebody in this industry is to double cross them in their own lane.
Mm.
You understand? So you're going to bumper in 5 o'clock rush hour traffic with me. You don't think I don't know where you're turning lane and where you're going to turn off? I see it all the time. There is, okay, can I give you a really great example? No Jumper.
Okay, talk to me about it.
So No Jumper is doing all of this extra stuff and has all these people on. Is no hate to Adam, because Adam is dope. I like what he was doing. You know, I'm watching it. But remember when we had that discussion that like nothing with substance is gonna last.
Yeah.
And the realness is gonna see it. I ask so many people, right? And I go, yo, you don't watch, they go, I don't watch No Jumper. I don't watch this because of the certain clips they get, right?
Yeah.
When people start seeing the clips and they seeing the clickbait, they get annoyed.
Let me ask you this question. Have you ever bought paper plates
Yeah.
and you dispose of them afterwards, correct? After you use them.
Exactly.
You don't wash your paper plates, do you?
No.
Okay, so I believe that some things are meant to be temporary. Some things are meant just for the time. They're not meant to last forever. Again, we're talking about goals here. Sometimes this isn't meant forever. Everything is not meant to last forever. Everything isn't meant to stand the test of time. Sometimes these things are just for the time. Sometimes these things are just for a season, or sometimes they're just for a period. Fashion is a great example of that.
Example, yeah.
Disposable cameras are a great example of that. Everything isn't meant to stay forever, bro.
my question
No Jumper, no whatever. I don't watch the guy, but shout out to him and his platform. I know who he is, which is also extremely important because I don't watch him. And I still know who he is. I know who he is. I know what he does. I know his wife. I follow him. I follow him as an influencer, although I don't watch his show.
Isn't that weird though, right? Isn't that weird though? Somebody can do 25 million views in 1 month and still sit here and say that they're going bankrupt.
Is that what he does? He does 25 million views?
There's a lot.
And he said he's going bankrupt? Who said that?
Yeah, Adam. He said it himself. He went in and announced it.
I mean, I haven't heard that, but I also don't get it either. But what does that have to do with it?
What just shocks me is that
how poorly he manages his money. No.
It wasn't poorly he managed his money. It was because everyone wants to ask me. They got sued.
Okay.
For somebody that was really close to that thing, and I guess it kept dwindling the money down. Where you gotta understand, he even said it. He said I should have listened to Vlad when Vlad told me to always make it cheaper, the expense, because you can make a lot of money off of this, but it can go quick.
Well, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? But I'm just shocked. Me personally, I'm just shocked of you're so known and your platform is so known. And you just told everybody you're going bankrupt. That stuff is crazy.
I mean, another thing is, I've also never paid for No Jumper. I don't know how the man makes money, but to say that he's bankrupt, it's yeah, but okay.
But they're laying off people.
I mean,
stuff like that. They're going broke. That's what
I'm not going broke. I don't know how he's ever gotten money. Have you ever sent him $1?
Yeah.
You've sent No Jumper $1 before.
Absolutely. $50 to review a record.
Well, that's crazy. You're new. I didn't even know that exists.
So what would you do is basically say if somebody was going on here, right, and they called us energetic. So they would go and we would sit here and talk, right? And all the fans would sit there and watch the video and comment on the video. And he would send them $50, $100. He does $100 package every month for artists that want to get on there, which I think was very ingenious.
I've never seen one of those before. I've never seen Every time I look at No Jumper, it's always literally somebody that is not famous on there. Like I think we've actually had that talk too. And again, shout out to Adam and Lena. Like I love them as a as a crew. I've never seen anybody famous on No Jumper ever in my life.
Do you think that's what messes up a lot of podcasts a lot of times? Like people are not
No, that's what
famous
I'm
and you
saying.
bring
Messed
them
up.
on?
Who am I? Who am
No,
I?
no, 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 no. I'm asking you as a fan.
I'm not a fan. That's what I'm
Not
saying.
even no, no,
That's
no, no,
not.
no, no. In general, like when you be sitting back and you be giving me criticism on the DNA show, not in a bad way. You just say this is how you look at it as
Yeah,
a consumer.
I think that it is amazing content for the demographic. I think
Okay.
I think his demographic loves it, which is why he does it.
No, I'm not talking about Adam. I'm
That
talking about in general.
well, I'm just saying. That's what I'm just saying.
Okay.
So I like that his my me as a person, I'm not his demographic, So I don't care who's on the show. I've never been interested in anybody on that show because they're not my demographic. I don't listen to them. I don't follow these people. I don't even be knowing who these people are. You get what I'm saying? So that's what again, I've never seen anybody famous on there. Not to say that these people aren't famous in their own regions or in their own towns or in their own respective places of residency. Okay. But me personally, I have never ever in my life cared about anything that was ever going on that platform.
No,
It's just not my
100%.
thing.
Big shout out to Adam and big shout
Yeah.
out to No Jumper. No Jumper would probably be fine because No Jumper is a very big platform. My thing is, I just wanted to get out there. Basically, it's crazy because not even with him, it's just in general, right? You
I
could
mean,
be
so like, yeah,
making,
it's just like the funniest thing, like when you talk about bankruptcy, okay, and
yeah,
Michael Jackson went bankrupt.
mm-hmm. 50 Cent.
Donald Trump goes bankrupt every 7 years. 50.
Save money.
Yeah, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, that really doesn't mean anything. That's just a sheet of paper that will allow him to, wipe his credit clean. So I don't know.
That's how I look at it too.
He's probably doing an ingenious move right now. At the end of the day,
I no, but that's
while
what
we're
I'm
talking
thinking because
about
if
him
he's
like not having any money, he's probably like, "Hey, wipe my
no,
credit
he
clean."
went in because I believe he went in because of the lawyers, and the lawyers said just say you had no bankrupt, so then this dude doesn't get no money off of you, person that's suing you.
I mean, yeah, that could be it. Listen, bro. If that is the case, congratulations for him for being, savvy enough to protect his money and protect his investment. You know, good for
Okay,
him.
but now I want to just get on platforms in general. Shout out to No Jumper, No Jumper, you're dope. Much love. I'm definitely trying to talk to you about DNA,
Shout out
trying
to
to basically,
Lena. Like, shout out to Lena over everything. Like, yeah, shout out to No Jumper, shout out to Adam, but shout out to his wife. She's awesome.
so
Energetic.
back
His
to
wife is an adult film star, by the way. You do know that, right?
yeah, I know.
Okay, we be having these conversations where you don't always be knowing.
I know. That's all I say. But nah, big shout out
That's
to
good. You're a
that.
saint, man. You're a saint. It's good that you don't know these people because they're sinners. Stay away.
Yeah, okay. On to the next one. Listen, so now I just wanted to bring that out because honestly, I think that was actually a good point. Is that, in this industry, one day you'll have a quick hit, like you call it a quick lick,
Yeah.
and then it goes down. But you know what really gets me annoyed?
Mm.
You can have the greatest platform ever, everything ever, everything legit, everything ready to go for these artists.
Mm-hmm.
They won't bite it. Because there's so many scammers in this game, they don't even know what's real.
Yeah.
Give us some experience about when you were younger in this industry.
And what, like, dodging scams or like dodging things that weren't real?
Yes.
Hmm. I think I actually just started very easily by not wanting any handouts. I think that was kind of like the easiest thing for me because I am not like I've all like I'm from Detroit, so the question is always like, so what's the catch?
I love it.
Literally, so somebody comes to me, oh, you want to have your record featured in do do do? Okay, so what's the catch? It'll cost you the very low price of $8,000. So at the end of the day, like I've ran into that more times than a lot. And yeah, I kind of just know that nothing in this life is free. Nothing like,
Yeah, but
nothing
but
comes
we're in
for
the
free.
business. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
so people
saying?
are always just trying to offer you
The
something,
best price.
Yeah,
The
people
price is right.
will even, they will even reach out to you. They will even reach out to you and, hey, bro, you want to collab on a thing and we can do this and we can do that. And I'd love to do this for you. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, let's create. Okay, bro, well, just shoot me $500,000 in 4 easy payments of like, you see what I'm saying? So at the
What's the
end of the
most
day,
ridiculous thing you have ever seen? I'm gonna let you go and then I'm gonna
what's the
go.
most ridiculous what?
Just the most ridiculous thing that you ever seen, and you were like, I'm not getting it. I'm not messing with that. No, I'm not messing with that
Well,
person.
I'm not
Just
gonna. I don't know. This was just recent because I can't even fathom the most ridiculous. But the most ridiculous thing recently, I had somebody ask me to take down my profile picture on social media and replace it with their logo on all of my social media websites. I Yeah, I don't have any idea what that person was thinking or what they had in mind, but they definitely was like, "Hey, yo, I got this situation going, and I think you should put my logo on your profile picture." Yeah, that just didn't. I didn't understand that
oh
one at
my
all.
god.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting, but things happen.
First off, I want you to give me $5,000. I said, for what? He goes, I'm a rapper. I want to get put out. I'm like, I look at his Instagram. He got 200 followers.
That's crazy.
So,
Follow me, guys, by the way, at MCDJR on all
so
platforms. You hear me?
my question is, what do I say to that? So I'm sitting there and I'm going, like, trying to think, like, this guy's asking to be on my radio stations and all of this and telling me to pay for him?
Mm-hmm.
For you. I asked him, I
Yeah.
said, for you, 200 followers.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'm the illest. Yo, bro, I walked away, bro.
Ah,
Then, you know what I'm saying? And the craziest thing, too, I got a kid, a Rock Nation interview. Like, you know what I'm saying? To try to get him signed. He calls up the A&R. The A&R calls him up, off the straight to me. Yo, man. He goes, this is the funniest thing. 'Cause I get a call from the A&R cursing me out. He goes, yo, he started going, yeah. You're going to sign me, right? Yeah. You're going to sign me, right? Yeah. I'm going to go with Jay-Z, right? You're going to put me in front of Swiss Beats, right? You're going to... Yo, I was like, bro, you don't say that in a label meeting. Like, you know, like, yo, he was demanding Rock Nation to do a record with Jay-Z before he was signed. Yo.
entitlement. Listen, he had to be like he's pretty dope. He had to be dope.
No, they said his record was terrible. I liked his record, but they were like, yo, bro, they called me up. He's like, bro, we wouldn't even take this meeting if you didn't call.
Wow.
But
look at
yeah,
you
so
wasting. Look at you wasting the label's time, energetic.
they waste my time.
Oh Lord.
They waste my time most of the time. They go, yo, energetic, what's up? I got this hot artist. I just
Yeah.
signed him. And then I hear and it goes,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, bro, when is it starting?
That's usually how it goes.
Yo, it was so bad. I remember, I'm not gonna say the name because the person's famous now. They put me in the office and they go, "Yo, listen to this music." So they put the record on. I swear, and everything I stand by. I literally didn't understand nothing this person was saying. All you hear is,
Mhm.
"I'm in the bed, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro,
Sounds
what?
like I know who that artist is.
Yo,
Sounds like I
bro.
wrote for that artist before.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, please though. And I work with a lot of street teams too, like doing the flyers. So the thing is, they were doing the flyers, and everybody was getting a shout out, and they forgot me,
You
and I
got a
just
street team
snapped.
out there in New York?
Um, Shout out to Shampoo because they got the street team over there.
Okay, shout out to
What he
Sam.
does is he runs around, you know what I'm saying, puts up banners, does the old school stuff where not even old school, it's just really strong guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. I
You know what
need
I'm
some
saying?
of that.
So he puts this up here, goes like, yeah, I'll introduce you, Sham. Put it up here, put it like there, goes here. Like they do stuff with Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes, his dragon thing. So they go like this and they put the flyers up like this. They put the flyers up and they always run
Mm.
around with it. So you always see them. They wear dragon costumes and all that.
Dragon costumes, huh?
Yeah, like the head. And then hold up
Okay,
the sign with Busta Rhymes. It's the cardboard CD looking like.
interesting.
Old
Okay.
guerrilla marketing. Podcasts. I watch people literally almost kill each other in the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I seen a lot. Really shocked me was at a show. Everyone started beating each other up, even the 55-year-old father.
Dang.
Long Island is crazy. What more can I tell you?
Yeah, it happens out there, huh?
Yeah,
It's
and I
funny
was
because
watching.
you were just inviting me. You told me to come out there and see,
Oh, Long Island.
and
Listen,
see
Long
what was
Island
going on.
embraces. Long Island is one of the best places. I'm not gonna lie though. Not for people to try to really get on, but if you're already on, the
Mm.
embrace is way different than when you trying to fight for that spot and being a local. Same thing if I came to Detroit, I would sit here and I would, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I wasn't from Detroit, I'd probably get more love. If I was from Detroit, I'd probably get no love.
Right. So, how do you
Like your
feel about
hometown.
me? How do you feel about me coming out there to Strong Island?
You're welcome.
Yeah, you think we have a good time?
Honest to God, yeah, because I think your music resonates out here. Like I be giving people like your records and stuff, and they already heard them or they love them and stuff like that. So you got a really good fan base out here in LA. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Fire. Yeah, I should definitely come out soon.
I think it'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be cool.
Maybe that listening party that we were talking about.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
Who would you like have like DJ
that's like
Self?
something that we do like 150. You know what I'm saying? That's like something 150 venue, something like
Heads.
yeah, something
Yeah.
intimate, something
Cause like
soft.
I wanted you to come out here, man. I really wanted to do a concert like 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like something like really big. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
5,000 is good. 5,000 is good.
Like that's what I wanted to do. Like everything else, like I'm watching everybody. Like people be giving me, and I love. Shout out to everybody out there. Please do not think I'm ever dissing any of you. All I'm trying to say, it's hard for me to book your venue because I understand the ins and outs when it comes to marketing and pushing something. Like I don't want 150 people. You know what I'm saying? Because 150 people. Say roughly you spend 8,000, right? So you spend $8,000, you get the top DJ, you get the top promoter, you get this, you get that, right? You want to make your money back flipping it. If I got 8, I want to make at least 13, the most 15, 16. I want
Right.
to double that flip. So to me, it's like it doesn't make any sense when the number of people to put somewhere doesn't add up to my money. So I think it's hilarious that you know there's just so much that we can do, you and me, and I think it's crazy. There's so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out there, bro. We're gonna have a good time. You can show me. You can be my Strong Island tour guide.
Hell yeah. No, definitely will. Introduce you to there. But the thing is, we won't stay in the island. We'll go to Brooklyn. We'll go to Queens. We'll go to Staten. We'll go to Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Because Long Island is cool. I love LI. But the city, that's where the market is. Like, if you're a Long Island artist, you love Long Island to death. Long Island now actually holds more people than New York City. We beat them by 1 million now. City
Really?
has 7 million. Long Island has 8 million. So
That's crazy.
we beat the city. Well, Long Island is huge. So Long Island is really huge. So there's so many, like, you know what I'm saying? It's so wide. Suffolk County is so wide that it fits so many people in it.
Yeah.
Nassau is kind of like wide, but it's really kind of like, it's more urban. It's more city. Out there, what would you describe like Nassau? More urban, right? Yeah. More urban. Where I'm at is more suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crowded. It's not how it used to be. Like, you used to go down the block and you can get to a place less than like 3 minutes. Now it takes like what, like 10?
So it's like no fun out there. Like when you say the artists have to go outside the city to the other boroughs, is it like no fun out there in Strong
It's
Island?
fun, but it's clicky.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I get it.
And what happens is it's kind of like, and plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say this because my show. I basically 8-balled myself with the local. I'm not talking about like Newsday or all like the top majors, but with a lot of like the local cats,
Mm-hmm.
because my mouth and I got really tired of watching the clicky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I opened my mouth to a lot of things. And when I started opening my mouth and started talking down to that, they kind of banned me from being on anything when it comes to media, which
Yeah.
I don't care because I kind of like own media out here.
Yeah.
Like if me and Althea wanted to, right? Me and her could open up a magazine like this.
Yeah.
I could make, next year, and I'm announcing it right here so everybody can see, is going to be the Tri-State Awards. That's going to be the awards I'm going to try to get. And I know I can get. Shout out to Hot 97, Power 105, and Hot 93.7 out in Connecticut. I'm going to try to get them to be there with me.
I
So
love
then we
Connecticut.
can push all the top artists. You been to Bridgeport?
Yeah, I tear up Connecticut like it's nobody's business. I be out in Hartford, I be out in Suffington, I be out in New London, I be out in Waterbury, the dirty water.
Do you
I
hear
be
this guy
out
right here? I don't even. He's
I be
literally.
in a lot of places.
You're literally in. If you go right down and take the ferry to in Patchogue, you would literally be right in. So you would literally. It's only a 40-minute ride
Hmm.
from Port Jet, but it's on the ferry. I don't know if they have it anymore. It used to be called a jet boat.
I noticed throughout these last few years, that Americans have been moving away from the term New England, even though we have like the New England Patriots. New
Mhm.
England describes like that whole East Coast region, and I just realized that like no Americans really identify with being from New England. Nobody says that. Nobody says like, "Where are you from?" Or, "I'm from New England."
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. New York really never says New England because New Yorkers do not like the New England Patriots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
so
it's like I don't even know why New England is like a thing, especially in America when we had done everything we could to separate ourselves from England.
that's a good point right there.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Last 30 seconds of this. I just had to get that out of my chest.
So, ladies and gentlemen, man, I want to thank everybody. Next week we're going to be on a new station. I'm gonna announce it, but we have such a dope show next week coming. We are going to premiere a new record
Mm-hmm.
that I already explained to everybody in the beginning. So you guys
Featuring Quavo.
You got to sit back, relax, and don't call me. No, I'm playing.
Honcho.
So you already know, man. This is your boy DJ Energetic featuring the legendary M City Jr.
J.
And to everybody listening to us on the AM dial, we thank you guys so much. And everybody, God bless all y'all, man. Definitely catch us on that new FM joint. Much love to everybody. You already know your boy DJ Energetic, and I'm out.
Now I got to let her know, Daddy ain't never gonna leave. You know I want you, girl, for all eternity. Girl, when I first kissed you, and I realized it was meant to be, and I realized you are the one that God sent to me. Loving you, girl, said I'm loving you, girl, said I'm loving you, girl, said I'm loving you, girl. Now I got to
Tune in to the DJ Energetic Show featuring M City Jr.
New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You're tuned into the DJ Energetic Show.
We are.